What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is United vs. Everybody. I am your host, Sean. Glad to be back. Wanted to stop by today. Had some time. Had a little bit of exciting news going on today as far as United is concerned. So I thought, why not? Let's drop by and do another transfer talk. Talk about the latest and greatest United rumors. Because the rumors are rumoring, as they always do. It'd be great if some of the rumors were turned into news. Danny, how are you, my friend? Hope you're having a good Saturday. How's everybody doing this weekend? How's everybody's Saturday going? We got a lot of snow yesterday, so I was up bright and early shoveling snow, so that was awesome. But yeah, rumors are going to rumor. And they're mostly going to rumor right now because it's the 11th of January. We haven't really done a whole lot of business, but we do have a bit to cover today nonetheless. So before we get started, first and foremost, let's all wish a happy birthday to Captain Marvel himself, Brian Robson. One of the best players we've ever had at this club. Iconic number 7, one of the many great legends who wore that number. Big up, Robbo. Happy birthday, you legend. Absolute. Usman, welcome back, my friend. How are you doing, Usman? Danny says, what on Spinio's menu today? Well, we could be in for some good news, but we also could be in for some bad news today. So on another note, I think the women's team are up 1-0 right now against West Brom. So big up the women's team. Hopefully going to try to maybe add that match. There's a Manchester Derby, the women's team, when I'm going to be there next week. So might be able to add that to the docket while I'm there. That would be cool. Big news ahead of the Arsenal clash. I know we did the Arsenal preview yesterday, but some big news. Marcus Rashford was not with the squad to travel to London today. They were at the Stockport station, and Marcus Rashford not pictured with the squad, so it looks like Marcus Rashford set to miss out on a space in the match day squad once again. So we know there's a lot of Rashford rumors. We are going to talk about them today as well, but wanted to throw that out there. So sticking with Rashford, though, again, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't yet. I know a lot of times I'll forget it. Most time I'm just excited to talk to you guys, so I have to try to remind myself to do that kind of stuff, try to be a good content creator. But I'm really just excited to chat with everybody. So on Rashford, we spoke yesterday about the news that Barcelona could be in for Rashford, despite their recent and ongoing financial shit show that club is right now. Yes, there is a club worse off than us right now. But his move to Barcelona could also be helped by Juventus, who reportedly are eyeing a transfer for Ronald Araujo. Obviously, the Uruguayan center back plays for Barcelona. Topic of a lot of conversation the last couple of years. But according to Calcio Mercato, it's claimed that Juventus are hot on the trail of Barcelona defender Ronald Araujo and are favorites to land his signature. It's also been further claimed that the player is open to leaving Barcelona and open to joining Juventus, but sounds like Barcelona reportedly, according to the reports, want around £34 million, which is apparently higher than Juve want to pay, but that is also right around that rumored price tag for Marcus Rashford. So maybe if Juventus can produce the cash for Araujo, it could open the door for Rashford's dream move to Barcelona, or Barcelona could just use that to figure out the Olmo and Victor Pau Victor situation. I'm torn on Rashford, to be honest. Not whether or not to sell him, because I think we need to sell him. It's just I'm torn on whether or not I want to see him go right now permanently or loan and then maybe help that raise his value, because his value is not going to get much lower than what it is, but it could still get higher in the summer. So I'm torn on that. I don't know where you guys stand. It's interesting stuff. Benny B says, I'm finished with Spinios. Their excuse for not signing Nippon now is do not want to sign younger players that aren't ready. Such hypocrites. I don't know where you read that. I haven't seen anything like that regarding Nippon. You have to let me know where you saw that, Danny. But we did have some Nippon news to stumble across today. So we might as well just dive into that since it was one of the next things on my list. So Danny might want to mute this. According to journalists, I think he's Norwegian. The guy's name is Stian Andre de Waal. According to him, United are not interested in Sverre Nipan, but apparently Arsenal are. I don't know what's going on with this. If we're really not in for Nipan, it is what it is. I only hope that we have something else in mind, some other player lined up, some other alternative lined up, because it can't just be Kolo Muani. We can't just do a Kolo Muani loan or something. That can't happen. Miguel Gutierrez, we need someone for the left-hand side. He went off injured today for Girona, so that might be not on the table. We need help, though, in midfield, and we need help on that left-hand side. I don't think that the second half of the season will be much fun to watch for anyone as a United fan if we don't get some help. So there's no excuses, Danny says. But yet they said months ago they're going to sign the prospects of the future. Yeah, I know that. So I read that. Yeah, I didn't watch that one yet. I did read that, like I said, we're just talking about, according to that journalist, we're not informed. I did not see any reasons why. As far as I know, I mean, a lot of people do speculate the reasons why. I doubt United are straight up just telling people we don't want to sign younger players. We've been linked to basically nobody but younger players, but including one that we did buy, Diego Leon, who won't be joining us until the summer, but he is traveling to England this weekend. There are all these photos and clips of him at the airport coming to England to complete his medical for Manchester United move. He was coming here to do the medical, finalize the deal, check out the facilities and whatnot. And someone got a quote from him at the airport. So Diego Leon said, "It was just a dream, and now I'm going to know everything. I'm going for the checkups. I'll be back on Tuesday. I've already started studying English." So we did make a signing. Not just he won't be joining us till the summer, unfortunately. But it look like, at least according to reports. Again, these are all reports. I'm sure you're not new to the YouTube scene. I'm sure you're not new to the transfer rumor scene. It's paper talk, it's transfer talk, it's rumors, it's speculation. It is what it is. Nothing's set in stone, so we're all just happy to talk about it. But I do wish that the Nippon thing would have fallen through, or would have gone through. Very, 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 very frustrated. All I can do is hope that there's some sort of alternative, that there is a plan. And Ineos, you're not going to really know a lot of what's going on behind the scenes, clubs. And like, it always frustrated me in the last year, especially when people were demanding, like, we want to know what's going on with this and that. And I'm like, what club, what owners, what club does that? What club just puts all its cards out there on the table, tells its fans every single thing? And like, I'm not saying I don't want to know. I want to know, but there's not a part of me that thinks that I'm somehow just entitled to that, because no club does that. So I hope that there's a plan. I'm gonna try to see. Like I've said, this isn't me being an Ineos apologist. This is me giving them January to see what their plan is, and if they've got January to figure it out. I wish they would have got it done earlier in January, because it's almost the middle of January now. But it is what it is. I've said before, we can't not strengthen in January, and it's up to Ineos to figure out how to do that. It's not my job. Danny's really pissed. I know now why I was depressed for a week when Ineos won the bid and made their bet with the Glazers. You knew why, huh? You just didn't know. Danny says, what that second or third time they've announced this signing now, man, they spin. I mean, the club haven't announced anything. It's just been like the footage is going around, so it is what it is. So it's not like the club have anything to do with the Diego Leon thing. It's just boom. Had the club even announced anything with Diego Leon yet? I can't remember. The club can't be held responsible for what footage and what rumors are going to rumor out there. It is what it is. Danny says, Fernando's left wing back, Christian Ordonez, the defensive mid, Nippon, all for around 45 to 50 million. They can't afford that. They're a joke. They might not be able to afford it. And it's not about, again, we've talked, it's not about whether or not Sir Jim and Ineos have the money. It's about what are they allowed to spend because of PSR. It has nothing to do with how much money. Sir Jim's put in a lot of his own money. Ineos have put in more money than the Glazers ever have. Like, who was it I was just talking about the other day they've put in 300 million of their own money, and that's something that they've not taken anything out yet. So again, let's see what happens, but I'm going to hold off my rage or my excitement until we figure out what's going on. You guys know that I would like us to move a little quicker in the market. That's all. It's really frustrating. One player who we could be set to miss out on, Danny says they want to start putting in more. We'll see. I'm sure that they'd like to. I'm sure that they would prefer to use, the sales of homegrown players like Rashford or something. I don't think we're going to be selling Manu. I don't think we're going to be selling anybody other than maybe Rashford and maybe Garnacho in the future. But if we can get Casemiro and Eriksen off the books and bring in another midfielder, that could be a big help. But again, we're still light. But on to another player we've been linked with, who we might not see at Old Trafford if recent rumors are to be believed, and that's Kolo Muani. So according to David Ornstein, there's a bit of an issue on Kolo Muani's salary when it comes to a move to United due to our current PSR situation. I think I looked it up. Kolo Muani is currently on about 144K a week with a further 57K in bonuses. So just a little over 200K a week if the bonuses are included. So, I mean, it's not cheap. He'd come in, he'd probably be one of the biggest earners. But again, it's just the PSR. I get that typically when you buy a player, they do get a raise, but Kolo Muani is not wanted at PSG. PSG ideally want to sell him. They're not going to see a return on what they paid for him. A loan is probably the most realistic option. Spurs and Juventus are reportedly still interested in him, according to David Ornstein. You guys know, I don't really rate Kolo Muani all that highly. The guy's got like 2 goals in 14 matches this season. It's nothing personal. I just don't really think he's that good. But who knows? We've seen it before. A change of scenery is sometimes all it takes for a player to start finding the goals again. I've been wrong before. You never know. Danny C says, Inacio off the Dortmund 35 million steal. For fuck's sake, just killed my day. Oh, Danny, unless something popped up in like the last 10 minutes, as far as I know, we've made a bid, but I'm going to talk about that as well. Danny's cheating. He's jumping ahead here in the chat. But on that, we got a big update this morning, too, that could also impact Kolo Muani's PSG future. And this is coming from Antonio Conte, who is current manager of Napoli. He did confirm that Khvicha Kvaratskhelia has asked to leave Napoli. Quoting Conte, he said, "I have spoken to Khvicha and he confirmed his plan to leave the club immediately." So we've seen reports this week that PSG are actively pushing to bring Khvicha Kvaratskhelia to Paris. They've reportedly offered players plus cash. I think Skriniar was one of the names mentioned in that one. Could this be the first domino to a Kolo Muani deal to United transfer if PSG gets some funds? I don't know. I'd prefer Kvaratskhelia to Kolo Muani personally. I think that he would probably be better suited for us. I just think we need more creativity and energy and quality in that final third. But I'm sure Kvaradona probably wants Champions League football, which we are far from guaranteed next season at this point. But let me see what Danny says. Danny says, I might have to give United a break till the window ends. Danny said we get Kolo Muani. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Kolo Muani. But speaking of creativity in the final third, why don't we shift gears a little bit and do a quick little scout report to just kind of take our mind off the negativity for a hot second. So why don't we jump in here? I'm gonna throw this guy on the screen and talk a little bit about a player that I've been watching a little bit more. Please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, because we do these scouting reports every now and then. If you want to have more of an active role in some of the players that we do scouting reports on, check out the perks, the membership perks, because it does take a bit of my time to do some of this stuff, and normally it's not part of the typical show. I'm more than happy to take recommendations and to take suggestions and give you credit for throwing out the suggestions for scouting reports. But you guys check out some of those membership perks as well. You guys can get a little bit more involved in the channel if you want. So this is Jarnes Stjokers. Plays for Genk in the Belgian league. Can play on the right wing. Can play in the number 10 role as well. He does both. Left-footed. He's 22, young player. Very, very good passing range, very good dribbling, very good playmaking. He has a really good eye for a goal. He has a really good long ball on him. He's got a good left foot, really good at crossing, really good at popping up in the box to get on the end of things and create. Really just good creator. 7 goals, 5 assists in all comps so far this season, and he just joined Genk this summer from St. Troiden. He's on track to beat his 7 goal, 7 assist return last year, and probably on track to beat his 9 goals, 10 assists the year before when he was in the Eredivisie. That sort of seamless transition between clubs and whatnot can be a really good indicator of a top talent. 5 times team of the week already this season. He's a 3rd rated player in the Belgian league, tied for 1st for big chances created, 1st for chances created overall, 1st for key passes per 90. He's got excellent crossing numbers as well, and he's also in the top percentile when it comes to carrying distance. So not only is he in the top 20% for carries, and he's got a well above average take-ons, but the distance he carries the ball is in the top percent. Again, playmaker, top 1% for progressive passes per 90. top 2% for passes attempted, top 3% for shot creating actions. And he gets high up the pitch. He gets himself into good positions. He's in the top 5% for progressive passes received. So he gets high up the pitch, he makes himself an option. He moves the ball. He finds his teammates. Very, very good young player. I'd like to see his defensive numbers increase. I'd like to see what he can do more of off the ball in terms of maybe pressing, in terms of maybe making some interceptions, making some challenges. But this guy is a straight up creator. I can easily see him filling in, for instance, at United at like one of those, the right-sided 10 role, maybe filling in at right wing back on occasion. But I think I'd like to see more physicality there. But the reason I think he could also play that 10 is if you look at his heat map on SofaScore for this season, it's a lot of it he's hugging that right touchline, but he's also got a lot of the ball just inside that right channel, kind of where that right hand number 10 operates. And being left-footed, that's ideally what Ruben Amorim wants from those players as well. So I think he could be a really good young star. He's getting a lot of attention right now. Let me take him off the screen so we can some chat face-to-face here. But go ahead and look him up. If you guys watch any of the Belgian league, check an eye out. Danny's never heard of him. There's a ton of good players rolling around the Belgian league. I had another one on set to do today as well, but I wanted to do that guy instead. So go watch some of the Belgian league. There's some really good players. Mario Strykens was one I was going to do. Tons of players over at Club Brugge. Very, very good. So touching base a little bit on what Danny had to say about Gonçalo Inacio. So again, random rumor today from some Portuguese outlets. Mais Football was one of the outlets, but apparently both United and Dortmund are considering bids to sign Inacio on loan with a 40 million euro obligation. And that was this window. Apparently, United have made their interest and the conditions known to Inacio's agent, who is also on his way to Germany to meet with Dortmund. And then Ebola, another source, reported that his agent was in England as well to hold talks with United. And furthermore, the report says that United have actually tabled an offer of a loan with an obligation to buy set at £34 million as well. I don't know how much stock I'm putting in this one, mostly because I can't see us bringing in a center back in January. Not that I don't think we need to improve on that or that I wouldn't take Gonçalo Inacio, but I just don't know if I buy the rumors personally. But we also have been linked with Inacio in the past, well before Ruben Amorim came, so who knows? What's Danny saying? Danny's praying. He says, I wish too. I think that Licha could probably use some rotation, some challenging. In any case, let two left-sided players duke it out, see what happens. But the question is that a priority right now? We have defenders, not all of them are great, but again, it's kind of like the Mason Mount situation. We needed other players. We opted for Mason Mount when we needed like strikers, when we needed center backs before, and it just didn't. Bandomac, how are you doing, my friend? Good to see you again. So, and finally, just wrapping up with it's a quick video today, short video, but a bit of potentially good news. So again, we got the news yesterday from Fabrizio Romano. The club obviously announced as well that we've confirmed that new contract for Amad Diallo. But Fabrizio Romano reported today that now that we've wrapped that up for Amad, that the next in line for the new contract is going to be Kobbie Mainoo. Now, again, this is why you can disregard a lot of the rumors when it comes to United being open to selling Kobbie Mainoo. It's not going to happen. Amorim said himself in the pre-match presser, like they want to keep Kobbie, they want to keep all their best players. Let's get Kobbie locked down to a new contract. Let's get him in there, and let's plan for the future. So, but that is going to be it for me today, you guys. I know short video today, just a bit of transfer news to look over while we all prepare ourselves emotionally for tomorrow's FA Cup clash. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, hit the bell if you don't want to miss out on anything. And then again, check out those membership perks if you guys are liking the scouting reports and you want to get a little bit more involved in some of the content on the channel. Go ahead and check those out. If you're not able to catch the live, leave a comment. I will check it, and obviously I'll respond to everything. But enjoy the rest of your Saturday. I will see you guys possibly tomorrow night, maybe Monday, depending on when I get time to do the match reaction. But hopefully we'll be here talking after a win. So until then, stay warm, stay safe, and I will see you guys on the next one. Later.